Welcome back, everybody, to our second episode on this topic where we're discussing desire, where it came from, and how we can keep our desires fulfilled for the long term. If you didn't get a chance to go back and watch episode 1, we would suggest it. Momo, Rachel, and Mike all brought up some of their desires. Momo wanted money. Rachel wanted to
be popular in high school.
Be popular. Mike wanted fashion, high luxury clothing for the same end, I think, as Rachel, which was to be popular, to fit in for that 5 seconds of high. But we realized at the end of our last episode that we're all looking for energy, comfort. Rachel was looking for acceptance and love. Mike was looking to feel close to and connect with other people, but it only happened for a short amount of time. We're all looking for that energy, but we're looking for it in physical things. Today, we're going to speak about that energy, where it first came from, why it even exists in this world, and how to get it in and keep it in a way that it can last and make us happy long term. So in order to discuss this energy, we're going to talk about where Kabbalah explains energy first originated and the source of all this energy. It's a topic that we need to cover to be able to understand fulfillment, energy, and desire.
So like the Kabbalists explain comfort. This is where the energy of comfort came from.
It's where the energy of comfort came from.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Energy of security came from. Energy of acceptance and love come from. It's where everything originates. The Kabbalists explain it all originates in a force that existed long before this physical world was created. The force is called the light. And this light, this force that existed before everything, had only one thought. And that thought was, I want to give. I want to share. I want to love. I want to expand. Everything that has to do with imparting. Unfortunately, this force was the only force that existed at that time. So it would be like you living on an island all alone. You think, okay, I want to share with someone. You can't share with the palm trees. They can't really receive. What happened?
Maybe with
the
crabs,
force
you could share with.
Or the crabs, but yeah, exactly. So this force of the light created another force called the vessel. And the vessel was created to receive everything that the light wanted to give. This vessel, like a cup, was the recipient of all of the fulfillment that the light wanted to give. So we said there's this light. The light wants to give like crazy everything. The light didn't have anybody to give to. All of a sudden, the light created a vessel. The vessel is now the perfect recipient of energy. Momo, thank you for your beautiful example of the cup, right? In the same way, the cup was created to hold water so that we can drink it in a balanced way. The vessel was created to hold the light. And the Kabbalists explain the vessel is not this one force that existed thousands of years ago. The vessel exists today, and the vessel is in each one of us. The vessel is our desire for that light. So Momo's vessel is his desire for comfort, security, and freedom. Rachel's vessel is her desire for acceptance and love. Mike's vessel is his desire to be connected with his friends and to fit in. Those are all energies, and our vessel holds that energy. So now we can see ourselves a little bit differently. We're not people that want things. We're vessels that want energy. When we get the energy we're looking for, we feel good. When we don't get the energy we're looking for, we feel empty. Sometimes we get mad. Sometimes we yell at our friends. Sometimes we yell at our parents. We're all looking for something. We're looking to be filled. Does this make sense, guys?
100%.
Totally.
Momo, do you feel like you relate with that you're a vessel that wants the energy of safety and comfort?
I do, very much so. I'm
relating
too.
it more now that you're saying it, even like currently, I'm like, oh, wow, it's so true.
So this is something it's very deep. And now I want for all of us
Yeah.
watching right now to think of some of your desires. And if you watch the last episode with us, you'll see some of the deeper aspects of your desires. Is it true to you that you're a vessel, you're a recipient that's looking for the energy of acceptance, that's looking for the energy of respect, that's looking for the energy of fitting in, that's looking for the energy of safety or comfort?
You can be a vessel for more than one kind of desire, right? Because I mean,
Be
I
everything.
don't just want money. I don't
Yeah.
just want comfort. I want everything.
Vessels want everything. We want everything. Obviously, if I asked anybody watching right now, is there anything that you don't want? No, I want millions of dollars. I want the nicest cars. I want to fit in. I want the most beautiful girlfriend. I want great grades in school. I want to get into a good college. I want my parents to be proud of me. We all have massive, massive desires, which is what the light ultimately wanted. The light said, I'm creating a vessel so that they will want everything so that I can give them everything. Because remember, the light didn't have anybody to give to. So we're the perfect experience for the light because we want everything. And I'm going to put a quick pause here. I know I'm talking a lot, but I think this is super important. In Kabbalah, desire is an important thing, not a bad thing. The fact that we want a lot doesn't make us selfish. We're going to learn what happens right now when our vessel is not necessarily ready for the light or the energy, or our vessel is thinking that clothes is the energy, and then we grab the clothes and it doesn't fill us. We're going to talk about what that means in a moment, but the core desire, wanting something, does not make you selfish. And guys, Mike, hearing this as a teenager, do you think it would have helped you to know that wanting a lot is not selfish?
100%. You know, like when I was a teenager, and even now, you know, you go through life and you're always hearing like, don't be selfish, be kind to people. And sometimes you think like, listen, you know, like sometimes I need to give away something that's mine to someone else. But I think like, listen, and that you do need to share, you do need to be proactive. But at the end of the day, like it's okay to, you know, have a spa day. It's okay to take care of yourself. And at the end of the day, it's to also understand that you could only give when you have something. When you're only giving, you know, you lose your energy, you lose, you know, time. And it's about finding that balance. And I think like as a teenager with, let's say with the clothes, you know, there's nothing wrong with looking nice and buying expensive or, you know, high fashion clothes. There's nothing wrong with that. But the
Nothing.
question is, you know, like if that's really something that is only going to be unbalanced and crashed eventually. So
Also, where is it coming from? Like, why do you want those things?
exactly, it's the
Right.
consciousness behind it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we want to learn right now and look at our life for. Where did we crash before? Because the moment where we crash, Momo, if I can borrow you for a second, because we're going to go into the next
Always
aspect
me,
of this
man. It's
discussion.
always me.
Momo, if you can, I don't know if you have another refill for that water bottle or for that cup. If you do,
I do.
the water, let's say Momo's water bottle is the light, and the light wants to give, right? But the vessel can only hold a certain amount. Momo, just keep pouring. Like the light wants to give, so just keep pouring. Or we want to receive, so we're asking the light, please give us a little higher, Momo, a little higher, a little higher,
Oh, sorry.
a little higher. What happens? Continue. I want. Give me.
Oh, God.
It's beautiful. Momo, keep going.
Keep going, Momo.
I hope you don't have a keyboard under there, but essentially what's happening is when we don't know how to manage the energy, we don't know how to receive in the right way, we mismanage our energy, and sometimes it creates a mess for us. It creates a
Lucky I have
mess in the
tissues
long
here,
term.
man.
Sorry?
Said you're lucky I have tissues in here.
No, because when you look at what happened, water is good. Water is the source. It's going to make sure Momo's alive for a long time. But too much water in a vessel that can't hold it is not necessarily the best thing for you. It actually makes a mess and takes up longer to clean than it would if it would just be the perfect amount, right?
Reed, I have
Rachel,
a
you had a
question.
thought?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a question. Does that mean that we expand the vessel, or does that mean that we minimize the energy, like make that, you know what I mean? Like Momo was filling up with so much energy. Does that mean that the vessel, the cup should be bigger, or that he shouldn't pour as much energy?
I think the vessel, it only gets bigger when the person's desire gets bigger. So I had a very small desire as a teenager. The only thing I wanted was to be popular. I didn't see how to wear clothes and to use it as good. But as I grew older, my desire grew, and that's how my vessel also grew. So when someone works on their desire, that's how the vessel, that's how they can receive more, basically. That's
Just
what
to
I
clarify, desire,
Yeah.
like the width or
Wanting
the
something.
expanse of your desire equals the expanse of your vessel, like that's directly correlated.
Yes, but again, but many people say, I want everything. So, I have the biggest desire in the world. Everything is actually the smallest desire because you haven't labeled something that you truly want. It's not clear and specific. Let's jump into Mike because we all experience moments like Momo. We call it in the Kabbalah, we call it the crash or the mismanaged energy, the vessel that didn't manage the energy correctly. So, Mike, let's use your example of high-end clothing, of fitting in. You even mentioned in the last episode, you were wearing something that you didn't enjoy. You didn't like it, but you wore it to fit in. Did that end up leading to some sort of a crash?
100%. You know, that's exactly how you end up in a crash when you do things that really, you could say, you like inside don't want to do, but you do it to be accepted from outside. And I think that's something that I learned, that when anything in life, if it's like me personally with the clothes and really anything, if you're doing something just to get acceptance, just to please, or just to impress even another party, another person, if it could be a friend, if it's a close family, it's eventually going to crash because it's not real, it's not stable, it's not your truth. And that's what happened to me. And eventually I realized that, listen, I need to stop thinking how to connect to other people and start connecting to myself. And that's not selfish, because every day connecting to myself.
Did you wake up one day do you feel like you lost yourself? Because what's a mismanaged energy? Essentially, it's when we grab energy, we grab it. So you bought something, you're like, oh, this is gonna make me cool. You grab it. Many of us can relate. We want something, we believe it's gonna be Momo wants money, he grabs it, he saves it, he holds. We'll get there in a second.
Oh, yeah.
But Mike, do you feel like when you grab that energy, you lost something? What did you lose when you grabbed the clothes to be what happened?
I think how to manage your energy right, it's the consciousness and thought you have behind it. Now, again, you're allowed to buy good fashion clothes.
No, but Mike, how
Yeah.
did you crash?
I crashed by basically not managing my energy right. How did I crash? But buying a clove and thinking that it's going to give me a lasting high. And what happened is that basically I bought the clothes, and instead of using that energy of that shirt into giving me confidence and making me feel good, I bought that shirt putting the energy of it's going to please other people. And eventually that's how it crashed.
Amazing. So you bought the shirt, which you should have bought for yourself to say, wow, I look at this, I feel comfortable. But I bought the shirt based on what my friends like. I grabbed my friends' energy. So I want them to like it. And if you walk in and you didn't get the compliment that you were looking for, you desired to be like full and you ended up being empty. And it wasn't even in your hands, it was in their hands. They could decide to compliment you or not. And you kind of lost your energy. And that's what a crash looks like when it comes to clothing. Momo, what did your crash look like whenever you didn't manage your money correctly?
Dude, which one? I had a lot of crashes with not managing my money correctly. I remember in high school, I used to be super stingy with my money. So if first to get me to lend you money, my God, that took effort on your part. But then once I did it, I was hounding people like every single, hey, you have my money? Hey, you have my money? Hey, you have my money? Hey, you have my money?
We're talking about thousands of dollars, Momo, or like 50
no, I'm talking about like
here,
$5, dude. not even $5. We had a vending machine at school that was like 75 cents. If I gave someone 75 cents, I hounded them for like a month straight until they paid me back. Eventually, people learned to stop borrowing money from me. But yeah, I burned a few bridges that way. Lost some good friends, some acquaintances.
If you're looking at what's going on so far, Mike put all the energy, he took it out of himself, put it in the clothes, and if it didn't come back, he felt empty. Momo took all of his energy, put it into the money, and said, this is going to make me happy. All of his energy condensed into, we talk about someone that has a big vessel, all his energy into 75 cents, gave it away, and called and checked and phone booked and hired hitmen just in case the person didn't pay. It's a lot of energy.
You're cheap.
How does exactly? And so the energy was mismanaged. All of a sudden, Momo wasn't in control of his energy. The money was. Rachel, what about you? How do you feel like something happened that was a crash for you when you mismanaged your energy or your desire, let's say, got out of control for acceptance?
Yeah, for sure. Because I was so focused in high school on wanting to be popular and wanting to fit in and be in that group with those people, I was giving so much of my power and like to them. You know what I mean? I didn't give any of my own power to myself, and because of that, I really didn't appreciate my friends, who were amazing. I had a great group of friends that were maybe not as popular, but like so sweet and so loving and so supportive. And because I was just so focused and putting my energy in the wrong place with the popular people, I didn't appreciate them, and they felt that. Like I remember them talking to me and feeling like they felt like it wasn't equal, because my energy was over here and they're putting the energy, in this relationship with me. And I was just like, thank God I didn't lose them, but like they were like hard conversations. They didn't feel like I was giving them enough energy because I was so
Remember
focused
that
on.
you never had a single undramatic sleepover at home. For those of you who don't know, that's my sister. Let me just clarify that statement. I
Yeah, me and
remember all these super dramatic like fights and stuff she'd get into with her friends at our house during sleepover night.
They go way back. It's safe to say they
Yeah.
go way back.
20 years?
They know each other
let's
from
just
way
say.
back. So
So
what
it
we're
was
talking
hard
about
with
here,
her
by the way,
friendship.
is it's when the vessel, when we're the vessel, we're the energy recipients. We're looking for the light to come down into our life and help it to last. What we're realizing now is when we put the light into a physical object, a physical thing, physical friends, physical shoes, that we're mismanaging our energy. We're not allowing our energy to be created from within. And we're saying you guys or you things are the cause of my fulfillment and my happiness. And that's not it's not a safe import. So imagine you're a warehouse and you're relying on your suppliers and they just decide not to send you a shipment, but now you have orders to bring. It's the same thing. If for us, Mike was expecting, okay, I come to school with this hat, with these clothes, and I'm gonna feel good, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna focus in school, and I'm gonna go to a party after school. I'm gonna feel all good about myself. But in the morning, let's say he didn't get his shipment of light. He mismanaged his energy by placing all of the emphasis on the clothing. He didn't get his shipment. What happens? The whole day goes to waste. I'm upset. You're thinking about right? What? Say what again, Mike?
Not like, let's say, I order a shirt that I know that I need to wear that day. Let's say the order came late, the whole day I'll just be obsessed with that idea of getting that shirt, and that would control me.
It's crazy. Amazon's a great example, by the way. 2-day shipping. It's 2 days. 5 years ago, we used to wait 12 days for a package, and now we're tracking. It says Amazon, it's 8 stops away. Amazon learned, by the way, that we're vessels and we want to receive. So now they tell you exactly how close the light is to coming to your door. But look at the reality that we create. We order something on Amazon, we're waiting for the thing to come. It's gonna. By the way, I'm not saying that I'm any different. I'm literally here waiting for
Dude,
a package
I'm waiting
right now.
on a gaming computer right now. That's
We
coming
love
in.
Amazon.
And then essentially that's what we're saying. If we're vessels and our desire is to connect to the light, and the light wants to give us everything, and we say all I want from the light is my gaming computer, or to fit in, or my shoes, or money, and then that energy doesn't come, we feel empty, which is the main problem. And now I want to let's just for a moment, before we jump into episode 3 of this topic, where each one of our amazing panelists are going to tell us some of their tools that they use to remind themselves, oh my God, I'm not managing my energy correctly. I feel that I'm relying on something external to myself. Let's just talk about, are any of you in a place right now where you feel that your energy is managed more, and as a result of it, you feel more fulfilled in a lasting way? Because I'm sure many of the people that are watching right now could relate to the first thing. I want it, I need it, but they don't necessarily see another way. So guys, just asking right now, do you feel like you have a little bit more grip on your energy? Do you feel like you've managed it a bit more?
100%.
Yeah.
For sure, no question.
Yeah. It was
okay,
tough.
good. So what, Mama?
That it was tough. but we got there.
It was tough, but you got there. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this part for episode 3. We're going to share the tools. Momo, Rachel, Mike will share their tools on how they started to manage their energy so that it wasn't about what was coming in from outside and I relied on something, but they figured out how to generate and bring energy and bring that energy, hone it in from within. So join us in episode 3. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Momo. Thank you, Rachel, for being here with us. And most of all, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in episode 3.